Welcome back to Quantum Comic. Today we're hitting one of Marvel's craziest Iron Man arcs in years. Tony Stark is dead, Tony Stark is alive, and whatever he is now, it isn't human. The Iron King rises, Emma Frost crawls out of the grave, War Machine mutates into a ticking bomb, allies reunite, secrets detonate, and a new power decides who survives. Once the Iron King wakes up, nothing stays human. But before we start the video, if you're new to our channel, please subscribe, because your one subscription motivates us to create more amazing videos like this. Let's jump into it. Our comic opens with a war breaking out at Avengers Mansion. 6 years before everything fell apart, Iron Man and War Machine blast into the fight as the Seraphim rip open the sky, delivering their ultimatum: convert or die. Firestar's flames crash against Carmella Unicione's force field. Marrow dives in, bone blades drawn, fighting for a world already slipping away. At the center stands Emma Frost, the White Queen. Former enemy, reluctant ally. The X-Virus has hit New York. The Seraphim are here. And today, every grudge is irrelevant next to extinction. Chaos closes in as Iron Man and Phaser try and fail to hold back the Seraphim. Tony shouts for Emma's help, but she doesn't take orders and doesn't slow down. With fire behind her and Marrow carving through enemies, Emma heads straight for a terrified mother and daughter. The girl, Eris, begs for help. Emma kneels, calm as ever, and lays out the truth. The Seraphim aren't attacking the city. They're here for Eris, a mutant who hasn't even awakened yet. Carmella's mask literally fractures under Emma's psychic pressure as the lie collapses. Firestar unleashes another inferno, but it doesn't matter. The Seraphim will torch everything just to claim one child. As the street explodes into chaos, Emma shoves Eris away, telling her to run. But Carmella doesn't run. She attacks. Back! A charged punch sends Emma crashing back. Eris and her mother sprint, but Carmella's threat follows them. Nowhere safe for those who defy the one true way. Her next blast slams into the mother, shattering her mask and throwing her down. Eris drops to her side as she struggles to breathe. Mom! Eris, I love... She goes still. Eris screams. Carmella steps forward, calm as a zealot. Rejoice, child. Now you are free. Now you can join us. Eris has lost everything, and Revelation wants her next. Eris snaps. Her mother is dead. Carmella's reaching for her, and something detonates inside her. I'll never join you! One blast of newborn mutant power sends Carmella crashing through a barricade. Croosh! Emma hits the ground, stunned. The narration cuts in. Most died from the X-Virus. Others changed. Eris was lucky. Carmella drags herself from the rubble, barely. Iron Man and War Machine streak overhead. Tell me you saw that. Hard to miss. Before they can react, Eris's power surges again and launches her straight through a building. Tony scans the readings. Numbers spiking. Tectonic instability detected. Emma, the Earth's about to move. Something massive is coming, and Eris is the fuse. The ground rumbles, shaking the street apart as Firestar's power flares out of control. Emma braces herself. Marrow stumbles, and Eris tries to find her footing. Emma snaps. Tell me something I don't know. Marrow shouts across the chaos. Eris, listen up. But Emma moves fast, grabbing the terrified kid. Change of plan. Avengers Mansion isn't safe. You need to come with us. Eris' voice cracks. But Mom? Emma softens, just for a heartbeat. Your mother's gone, darling. And it hurts. I know it hurts, but we can grieve for her later. Marrow stomps forward, bone blades forming. The child has made her choice, Frost. Now she dies. Emma spins, furious. Not today, Marrow. But before the clash can ignite, Firestar screams. Wait, my microwave field! A massive whoosh erupts behind them as her powers explode outward. Angelica? Emma yells, shielding Eris with her body. Firestar is burning too hot, too bright. Emma, I can't control it! Eris clings to Emma as the world behind them detonates into fire. Aye! Things are spiraling fast, and Firestar might be the next to lose control. Firestar's powers detonate upward, flames spiraling as her body glows like a living star ready to burst. War Machine shouts over the heat haze, her powers spiking, going nuclear. Iron Man grimaces behind the visor. No kidding. Heat shields at critical. Firestar screams, voice breaking through the roar. Can't stop! Burning up! Tony snaps his attention to his partner. Rhodey, War Machine is already on it. On it. Cryo-dampening foam. So the burning air turns to white steam as they try desperately to cool her down. Meanwhile, Emma stumbles through the smoke, coughing. I can't see. The smoke. Eris, Eris, where are you? And then Eris appears, trembling, crying, but behind her, Marrow rises from the flames, bone blades raised, ready to strike. Emma sees it a heartbeat too late. No, Marrow, don't! The moment freezes. One girl, one assassin, 1 second from tragedy. Marrow lunges at bone blade spear through Emma's suit, lifting her off the ground as she gasps for air. Eris freezes, terrified, as Marrow grins through the bloodlust. Tony's HUD flares blue, his voice cracking. Emma! Eris' narration cuts in. I'd heard Anthony yell. Heard the panic, the horror. Everything is falling apart. And Eris is trapped right in the center of it. Emma's mind slips. Not to the battle, but to Tony. A quiet bar, a candle, a rare moment of peace. Until then, I never understood what he truly felt. They dated, even married. Both hiding behind fake identities, performing a relationship instead of living one. She kept telling herself it was just a fling, a distraction. But now, the ground is literally giving way beneath her. Tony's scanners blare. Geological integrity failing. Recommendation, abandoned site. Iron Man rushes toward her, but Phaser blindsides him mid-flight. Zack, everything is chaos. And back on the ground, Marrow flinched Emma's bloody body closer, her jagged grin cutting deeper than any bone blade. Emma's narration settles like a punch. What a time to learn the truth. The ground splits, crack-am. Avengers Mansion plunges into a widening pit, swallowed in seconds. Dust blasts up. People scream. War Machine's visor flashes red. Tony, the mansion. The battlefield just became a death trap. Iron Man rockets through the smoke, slamming into Phaser. You think I care about the building? Below, everything drops into the crater. Cars, rubble, bodies. Marrow falls first, broken. She'd killed me, Emma narrates. We both knew it. Crack. Then Emma plummets after her, blood pouring from her chest, suit soaked red. Her eyes stay calm, fixed upward. Not that it helped her. A final, cold line. Me? I survived the only way I knew how. Emma plummets into darkness. But instead of blood and broken bones, her diamond form locks into place, glittering through the debris. My secondary mutation saves me. Diamond, cold, unfeeling, alive, barely. She slams into the ground with a thunderous coom, uncracked but helpless. A perfect, silent statue with no telepathy, no senses, and no way out. One slip back to flesh, she thinks, and I die instantly. What other choice did I have? Her glowing eyes crack open, a reflection of chaos above, and then she whispers, Anthony. A massive thum shakes the earth as something or someone is coming. War Machine and Iron Man dive into the massive crater, that thrust is burning against the rising dust. They can't have survived, Tony. Rhodey's voice is steady, but grim. Tony snaps back. You don't know that, Rhodey. Bioscan full sweep. A tense beat. Then Tony's HUD explodes with beeping alerts. Beep, beep, beep. His eyes widen. There! The two Avengers land hard among shattered stone and twisted metal. Tony shouts into the darkness, Emma? Emma? But the voice that answers is not Emma's. From the rubble rises Marrow, bloody, grinning, bones jutting like knives. Sorry to disappoint, lover boy. Tony grabs her by the suit, rage boiling. Where is she? What did you do? Marrow just smiles wider, the kind of smile that says she enjoyed every second of it. Marrow's smile twists into something unhinged, blood dripping from her teeth as she whispers, all shall be one, in Revelation's name. Tony doesn't let her finish. A metallic crack echoes through the cavern as Iron Man slams her into the rubble. No! The whole chamber shudders from the impact. Before Tony can strike again, his calm crackles. Tony? Rhodey's voice. Urgent. Cut to War Machine, cradling Eris protectively in his arms. I have the girl. The child trembles, eyes wide with fear. Rhodey softens his voice. I'm sorry, kid. I didn't mean for this to happen. She whispers back. Of course you didn't, honey. Tony looks back, helmet cracked, heart racing. He whispers into his HUD. Boss, give me good news here. Holographic displays flicker across his visor. Neural activity? A damned heartbeat? Cause Emma Frost might still be alive, and Tony isn't leaving without her. War Machine scans the ruins. A cold digital voice cuts in. No heartbeat detected. Tony freezes mid-step. The cavern lights reflecting off his armor. His voice cracks. Emma. Rhodey, clutching Eris close, tries to steady him. Tony, I'm sorry. Really I am. But we can't stay. Emma wanted to protect the girl, but Tony isn't listening. Not fully, because somewhere below, a faint whisper hits Tony's mind. Here, I'm here. He finds Emma half buried, Diamond, rigid, but alive. Her voice barely escapes. If the Seraphim return, leave me. Tony's eyes sting behind the HUD. Fine, he mutters, then lifts her with shaking hands. But we're coming back. She's not dying down here. Tony, Rhodey, and Eris haul the White Queen out of the shattered dark. Emma Frost, older, harder, wrapped in fur, descends into the same crater she once crawled out of. New York's ruins loom behind her, choked in vines. Typical of him, she thinks, as if I'd wait to be rescued. She grips the vines and drops into the dark, the same pit that nearly killed her 6 years ago. Funny. All that time digging myself out, and here I am climbing back in. A flash of a diamond form buried in rubble. By the time Tony ever came looking, she was already gone. She lived, and she kept searching. She moved west, chasing rumors of mutants, hope, family. Every lead ended the same. I was alone. Her boot hits the dirt, crump, as she steps forward in full Black Queen attire. You'd think I'd be used to it. Then something changed. A symbol carved into stone. The glyphs calling me back. Emma Frost steps out of the shadows and into the ruins of what was once Avengers Mansion. The building is shattered, half swallowed by the earth, but still standing like a ghost of its former glory. She looks up at it, completely unfazed, and here I am, like I never left, back in front of Avengers Mansion, or to use its new name. Her eyes settle on the crimson glyphs smeared across the broken walls. Symbols of a new ruling order. The Hellfire Club? Really? Before she can take another step, a voice echoes from the rubble. Depends who's asking, lady. A dark silhouette lurks among the debris, watching her. Emma doesn't hesitate. She pushes aside a massive fallen beam with a scrunch, muscles and diamond-hard strength flashing for a moment. Dust billows. Rubble shifts. Something underneath stirs. She winces slightly under the weight. What is this? Whatever she's just uncovered, it wasn't meant to stay buried. Emma freezes, halfway through lifting the massive beam, her eyes narrowing as a familiar silhouette steps out of the glow. Eris? Eris, is that you? The figure approaches, older, sharper, radiating controlled power through a sleek hooded suit. It's been a while, Miss Frost. We all thought you were dead. I go by Landslide these days. Emma raises a brow. Even through diamond-hard composure, surprise flickers. Landslide steps closer, her tone softening. I guess we've all changed, some more than others. Her eyes fall to the circular hollow carved into Emma's chest, the wound Marrow left, the one Emma survived only by turning to diamond in the nick of time. She reaches out, hesitating for just a breath. Then, does it hurt? Emma doesn't flinch, but the weight of that question hangs heavy. Emma shatters the debris off her shoulders in a burst of diamond force, her voice cold and sharp. I'm not here for small talk. Landslide smirks unfazed. Then why come back? A stroll down memory lane? Emma ignores the jab, her diamond face hardening. Iron Man, if what I've heard is true. Before she finishes, a familiar red and gold silhouette steps from the darkness. Heavy, hesitant, different. A warped voice slips from the dark. He's here to fix your broken heart. Emma stiffens. So you did come back. Too late as usual. Tony steps out, older, worn down. I needed a place to work, somewhere Revelation wouldn't find me. Landslide crosses her arms. You're hunting a cure for the virus. Emma turns. Anthony? Landslide cuts in. Told you he's not the same. Tony lifts his helmet just enough, eyes deadened by years of war. The man you knew is gone, Emma. Her expression makes it clear. She believes him. Armored footsteps echo through the ruins. A blue arc glow cuts the dark. Tony steps out, but not the man Emma remembers. His face is harder. His eyes burn cold and artificial. His voice is regal, hollow. All hail the Iron King. This is an Iron Man. It's a ruler born from ruin. Emma freezes. Landslide backs away. Even the wreckage seems to bow. The Iron King stands unmoved. To be continued. And that's how issue number 1 of Iron and Frost ends. Emma Frost face to face with a hero long gone and a king forged in steel. The world's fallen, mutants scattered, revelation rising. Tony Stark isn't Tony anymore. He's colder, harder, rebuilt for the apocalypse. What does the Iron King want? Can Emma trust him? What really happened in those missing 6 years? And is the X-Virus cure real or a trap? Issue 2 digs deeper into this uneasy alliance. Don't miss it. If you're enjoying the story so far, hit that like button, subscribe to Quantum Comic, and get ready. because issue 2, things are about to get colder and far more dangerous. Emma faces the armored figure she once loved, now unrecognizable. Landslide steps forward. All hail the Iron King. Tony's stare is cold, commanding. Emma, still in diamond form, mutters, "I have terrible taste in men." He doesn't flinch. Landslide pledges herself. Emma prepares. This isn't a reunion. It's a battlefield. Emma stares at Tony, or whatever he's become, trying to make sense of the cold, mechanical calm in his voice. Landslide steps forward, declaring, "Landslide speaks the truth. You are in the presence of the Iron King." Emma tries to cut through the formality, a voice trembling but sharp. "Anthony, what's happened to you?" Landslide answers before he can. "X-mutated. Same as all of us." Tony finally turns, the metal plates in his face shifting like living armor. Emma flinches. This isn't the man who once held her hand. She reaches out instinctively, desperately. Becoming what? A living machine? Tony's hand snaps up, blocking hers. "We do not like to be touched." That one line chills Emma more than anything. Then comes the truth, the horrifying truth. There was a failure in the Mark 9 armor, contamination, X-virus exposure. And Tony Stark didn't die, he evolved. Emma whispers, shaken. That voice, it's... But Landslide recognizes it before she does. Her eyes widen, her voice cracks. "Dad." A thunderous zack tears the air as War Machine blasts into the fight, guns hot, armor burning. James Rhodes, armored Avenger. Beside him streaks Christian Cord, phaser, crackling with mutant energy. Rhodey opens comms, breath tight. "Good to hear you too, kid. Whatever mess you're in, I've had my own reunion." He dodges incoming fire. Old friend, not happy. Back at the mansion ruins, Emma jolts as Landslide charges forward. One word makes Emma stop cold. Pops. She stares at Landslide. Did she just call James her father? Landslide keeps running. "I'm coming, Pops." But Phaser's a disaster waiting to blow. Mutated, again, unstable, dangerous. Rhodey sees it instantly. Phaser's changed. Too strong. I need Tony. The Iron King answers, voice cold and synthetic. "Negative, Colonel. We stay at the gates. Could be a diversion." His eyes flare. "Protect the work." The ground rumbles as Eris, now Landslide, plants her feet, eyes blazing with determination. "Yeah, screw that. I'm coming, Dad, whether you like it or not." She launches herself downward, riding collapsing Earth like a surfer on an avalanche. War Machine roars over comms. "No, Eris, stay put." Phaser sneers beside him, glowing with unstable X-virus energy. "Stark has abandoned you, unbeliever. Revelation is the only salvation." He erupts. Zack, firing a beam skyward. Rhodey steps into its path. The blast smashes his armor and hurls him into the ruins. "Dad!" Eris screams as he falls, smoke pouring off the wrecked suit. Now, it's personal. A massive boom erupts across the battlefield as a shockwave blasts debris into the sky. Emma gasps, "James!" But Emma and Tony barely get 2 steps before the Iron King throws an arm out, blocking her like a command from a ruler. "Stay back, Miss Frost." Emma isn't having it. She spins, coat whipping through the air, eyes blazing. "You're not the only one who doesn't like being touched, Your Majesty." She swings. Crack! But Tony absorbs it with mechanical precision, like he's become part machine, part something else. Down below, War Machine struggles to rise through smoke and flame. "Should listen to him, Emma." His voice crackles with pain through the comms. And then, a twisted figure steps forward through the dust, electricity crawling over his face. "It's for your own good." Phaser's mutated form surges with unstable X-virus power. Crackle! He's powering up again, and this time, he looks ready to explode. Eris screams, "Dad, no!" War Machine crashes to the ground, sparks ripping through his armor. Emma and the Iron King rush toward him. But Tony's voice cuts through the chaos, cold and clinical. War Machine's armor is compromised. Mutagenic signature confirmed. Rhodey forces himself upright, gritting his teeth as the corrupted energy burns through his systems. No kidding, genius. But this is the least of our worries. True believer, 2 o'clock. A glowing fanatic of revelation drops into view. Power radiating wildly. Tony's mechanical eyes flare. Reprioritizing, we shall protect the sanctuary by eliminating Phaser. Landslide, Miss Frost, secure the facility. Before anyone can protest, the Iron King rockets forward. Boom! Like a guided missile aimed straight at the threat. Emma, Eris, and one of the Hellfire guards drag Rhodey towards safety. Debris collapsing around them. Sanctuary, Emma mutters, eyebrows raised. The Hellfire guard snorts. What did you expect? Cocktails and galas. Kinds have changed, and so is Hellfire. Emma's heels click across the metal floor. as she helps support Rhodey's weight. The room they enter is anything but comforting. Dark monitors flicker, red cables hang like veins from the ceiling, and the operating table looks more like something salvaged from a nightmare. Emma mutters dryly, ball gowns not required. She takes in the space, frowning. I'd heard Anthony was helping the infected, but this place, it's more like a workshop. Eris steadies Rhodey, giving a half-hearted laugh. Yeah, Tony always liked tinkering under the hood. Rhodey's armor flickers with corrupted energy, pain cracking across his face. He sinks down, voice heavy with dread. Never thought I'd be next in line. Rhodey staggers, barely holding himself together, as Eris and Emma drag him toward the operating bed. Sparks spit off his armor, like dying fireworks. Eris grits her teeth. You're not done yet, Dad. Just need you on the bed. Rhodey's voice is cracked, burning from inside. Can't. Burning up. His eyes meet Eris's, soft for a moment beneath all that pain. Eris, honey, need to tell him. Tell Tony, I got what he wanted. Emma mutters under her breath, frustration sharp. Oh, this is hopeless. And then Zach, a burst of blue energy blasts the room wide open as Iron King rockets in with terrifying precision. Model 13, release the patient. The machinery clamps disengage with a heavy ka-chunk. Phaser collapses free, coughing and scorched. Thanks, I think. But Rhodey? He's worse. His mutation surges violently, electricity writhing across his body. Eris reaches for him. Dad, Emma pulls her back. Stay back, you'll get burned. But Eris shakes her head, eyes locked on Rhodey. No, the mutation is out of control. Everything's about to explode. Phaser clings on to the Iron King from behind, trembling, breath shaking. I don't know what to do. But his voice turns cold, almost rehearsed. Rhodes is one of us now, Stark. A child of revelation. Iron King twists, his faceplate glowing with fury. But before he can snap back, the Seraph lunges in with a fanatic scream. Your master has claimed enough. A day of reckoning is coming. And then, crack! Iron King caves in the Seraph's helmet with one blow. And you won't live to see it. Below, Emma and Eris struggle to pin Rhodey as his mutation erupts, sparks and fire tearing off him. Emma growls, I've got him. Just tell me the plan. Eris snaps, we don't have time for plans. Her eyes lock onto a glowing syringe. Retrogen. Emma stiffens. What is that? Landslide. What's in that syringe? Eris stays silent. Whatever's next is big. Eris plunges the syringe into Rhodey's arm. Fuck! Rhodey screams through clenched teeth, glowing veins flaring like molten wires. Sorry, Dad. Her voice cracks, but her hands don't tremble. Emma snaps toward her. What did you just give him? Eris doesn't even look away from the console. No time for explanations, Emma. Just tell me it's working, kiddo. Data scrolls across the screen. Red warnings everywhere. Eris bites her lip. Mutagenic levels still rising. Cell reconstruction at 79%, but we can go again. Flood the system. Full genomic override. Emma's eyes widen. Even she looks afraid. Tony steps forward, voice cold, metallic, and merciless. It may already be too late, Landslide. If the X-virus is learning to adapt, the patient must be isolated. Eris spins around, desperate. No, not yet. At least let me try. But the Iron King ignores her plea, raising his armored hand as its energy core hums to life. Eris, Your Majesty, please! Iron King, you're risking the program. Insubordination will not be tolerated. Eris lunges too late. Emma whispers in horror. Tony, don't, and the blast fires. The entire room explodes in molten light as Rhodey, burning like a living reactor, hurls out a blast that tears the lab apart. Don't touch her, he roars, voice layered with agony. And something else, something inhuman. A beam of raw mutagenic energy slams straight into the Iron King. Krazit! Tony's armor convulses, sparks vomiting out as he's blasted across the room. Eris screams, Emma dives for cover, and the medical table shatters under the force of Rhodey's power spike. Whoosh! Rhodey writhes, barely conscious, his skin glowing like forged steel. Eris reaches out. Dad! But Tony's voice, faint, cracked, filters out from the shattered helmet as it rolls across the floor. Emma? Emma, you're alive. The Iron King, on his back, beaten for the first time. Sounds almost human. Eris leans over her convulsing father, syringe ready. Hold still, Dad. Another dose. Emma, half diamond, steadies herself. Tony, is that really you? The Iron King lifts his cracked helm, eyes flickering. I thought you were gone, he murmurs. Human for a heartbeat. Then the override hits, cold and empty. Recognize Emma Frost. Emotional response unsudden. Access denied. Emma flinches. I survived, Tony, and I need your help. Crackle. Rhodey's mutation surges, blowing out equipment. Eris shouts, Tony, the pulses are frying everything, even you. Tony's eyes glitch as systems reboot. Through the static, Rhodey forces out, Tony, the key. He found it. Tony locks up. Jim Rhodes. Classified mission. Delete memory. Emma stiffens. Eris goes pale. The Iron King's voice drops. Cold. Alien. Override. A beat. No. His eyes blaze hotter. This is unacceptable. Lightning tears across the room. Zzz! Stasis pods crack open as the Iron King's voice booms. Cold and merciless. Stasis fields collapsing. Test subjects escape inevitable. Failsafe engaged. Total sterilization. Emma realizes the truth. This isn't Tony anymore. Just the machine wearing him. Eris screams, trying to reach her father with the syringe, but the mutation storm throws her back. I can't get close. Behind them, the Iron King's reactor charges. Countdown to detonation underway. Emma sees Eris' fear, Rhodey's pain, and the only option left. Eris whispers, no. Emma steps forward, diamond cracking in the heat. But I can. Fuck. She drives the syringe in herself. If Tony Stark is gone, Emma Frost will save whoever she still can. The shaking stops. Rhodey cools, the mutation fading. Emma finally exhales. Eris checks the readouts. It's working. Levels dropping. Emma touches Rhodey's shoulder. Thank you. Eris mutters, returning to normal. We hope. Emma calls out, Your Majesty, abort the purge. It's over. The Iron King answers, agreed. Countdown paused. Relief settles. Emma faces Christian. So, is this the cure? He shakes his head. No, a temporary fix. Tony engineered a new extremis to slow the X virus. Maybe reverse it. Maybe. Eris adds, still just theory. The patient stabilizes. The sparks die. The Iron King studies the stasis fields. Feels steady. And the flare? A patient answers, grim. Tony isn't himself anymore. Rhodey slumps back. Breath ragged but stable. Emma watches. Diamond hard but cracking at the edges. He rasps, Tony snapped when he lost you. Then the mutation, the merger. Emma looks away. She knows. He coughs violently. Eris grabs his arm. Easy. Breathe. How can I? He groans. We almost melted down. Eris steps in unshakable. Remember what you told me when Mom died? When you took me in? His voice softens. Never give up. Never despair. She nods. Exactly. And now we've got Emma. Emma freezes. Me? Eris points at her, desperate. You're a top-tier telepath. Dad said you're second only to Xavier. Tony's still in there. You can reach him. Emma's diamond face fractures with fear. I can't. Not unless I turn human again. A beat. And that comes with a price. War Machine's voice cracks as he stares at Emma. That'll kill you. Emma lowers her shimmering face, guilt cutting through even her diamond form. I'm sorry, James. Really, I am. That's why I came here, to find Anthony. Her eyes drift to Iron Man. No, the Iron King, standing silent and unreadable. To ask the Tin Man for a new heart. Eris looks at her, stunned. Rhodes looks horrified. Emma looks desperate. Emma steps closer. Diamond facets catch in the broken light. I can't stay like this. Cut off from every mind. I've never been alone with my thoughts. It's suffocating. Her voice fractures. I thought you could help, Anthony. Build something. Anything. Tony's eyes flicker. Something sparking awake. Help. Eris snaps to attention. There, that's him. Tony's voice glitches, straining. Stark, memory core activated. Emma leans in, hope rising in her crystalline face. Who needs telepathy when you remember me? Emma's diamond face glints. Tony's voice fractures between human memory and mechanical command. Stark, memory core, hidden. He turns cold. Machine cold. It would be a waste of resources. Request denied. Emma freezes. Eris's eyes widen, and Rhodes, still burning with unstable mutation, groans. Ugh, me and my big mouth. Suddenly alarms blare. Warning, retrogen failing. Eris snaps toward the monitor. What? No! Rhodey forces out a whisper. Eris, the neuro key. It's in my suit. Tony just needs to... Tony steps in, voice empty. There was no mission. Eris snaps back, furious. You send him out every time. Pimtech, Baxter Gear, how can you forget? Tony glitches, eyes flickering. Inventory logged. No missions. Error. Data conflict. Emma yanks Eris aside. He's coming apart. Eris stares at her father as flames crawl under his armor. And I'm losing him. Alarms blare. X-virus escalation, 83%. Tony spasms, two minds fighting for control. For a moment, the Iron King looks ready to break. The room explodes in a storm of molten energy as Rhodey screams, his body flaring like a living furnace. Eris is thrown back. Emma shields herself behind a half-melted table. Ah! Rhodey's agony echoes through the lab, uncontrollable and escalating. Tony's cold mechanical voice cuts through the chaos. Power systems fluctuating, stasis fields compromised. If the program fails, Emma snaps at him, rage breaking through her diamond composure. Forget the damn program. Anthony, this is your friend. Surely you can do something. Rhodey, writhing and burning alive, reaches toward Tony. Tony, it hurts. And Tony, the Iron King, stares down at him. Eyes flickering, voice glitching. Do something. A pause. A spark. A fracture between machine logic and human memory. Identity conflict. Iron King Stark. Critical error. Override. YN. Tony's eyes burn brighter, and he whispers, yes. Tony steps forward, chest glowing like a star about to blow. I can. One cold sentence. Then, ZAT! A beam rips from his arc core. Emma screams, no! Too late. The strike slams into Rhodey, electricity detonating through the chamber. He convulses, armor and blood scattering as he collapses with a brutal scream. Tony stands over the wreckage, silent, blazing, inhuman. Quantum judgment. And that wraps up issues number 1 and number 2. But the war is far from over. Emma Frost is alive. War Machine barely survives. Eris pushes her powers to the edge. And Tony Stark has crossed a line he can't come back from. The Iron King is breaking apart. The X-virus is adapting. And the final confrontation is about to decide whether Tony saves the world or destroys what's left of it. If you're loving this story, make sure to like the video, subscribe to Quantum Comic, and stay tuned, because the conclusion to this arc is going to be insane. The endgame starts next, and trust me, you do not want to miss it.